Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kecie and I love history and journaling. So watch me push them together and create these journaling pages in my Commonplace Notebook. This past weekend, I was watching the Trojan War series on Netflix and I thought, what a fascinating story. I heard about this story a long time ago. It's a story of the Greeks and the defenders of the city of Troy. Sometime in the late Bronze Age, they just went to war because of love or lust, or I don't know, you interpret it how you want it. But I wanted to take the opportunity to use my Commonplace Notebook to gather the information and put it together because it brings me joy and I love to learn. And this is what I was learning about the Trojan War. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is set up my pages. And I am using this sticker paper in craft color to create this vintage, all looking look for my pages. I love it and I think it gives something different to my pages. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And I'm using a big sheet sticker paper and I'm just ripping it, and how it comes out, that's how I'm gonna put it down on my paper. Once I have those craft sticker papers down, I'm going to then start telling the story. And I thought of using this stamp set and just writing the word Trojan War. But as you can tell, once I start putting the letters down, I noticed that I didn't have the space to write Trojan War. So what I decided to do was just to write the word Trojan with the stamps, and then the word I'm just gonna freelance it and just write it and put it there. Once I have that set, now I'm going to start putting down the elements of this page that is going to help me to tell the story of the Trojan War. My process to gather this information is very simple. I just go to either Wikipedia or the encyclopedia or any source that have good information that I can use to do my commonplacing. And one of the sites that I love and I went was to worldhistory.org, and I read the article by Mark Cartwright on the Trojan War. So what I did was basically taking the things from worldhistory.org, and then I went ahead and copied those things into a Word document and then printing them into sticker paper, clear sticker paper. Now, this is the beauty about commonplacing. Commonplacing, for those of you who don't know what that is basically a collection of insight and wisdom and anything that catches your attention, and you put it in one place and you just write about it, whether they are quotes about something, a book, or anything else, a song, or whether they are snippets of a book that you just read and it spoke to you, and you just put it in one place. In this case, I'm using a notebook, which is commonly, that's what people use in commonplacing. They use a notebook and then they gather that information and then they use it for later or just keep it as it is. This is something that many people do just for fun, others as a source of information. Like, you are building your own library of thought and wisdom, and you just want to do it. The way that I want to do it is make it pretty. So this is where you see me here. After I gather the information that I wanted to document on my pages, I went ahead and started looking for art that would help me tell the story. These pages right here, I am talking about Paris and Helen. I am also going to be talking about the Greek army and the Trojan army. So I wanted to look for things, especially paintings, that people have created throughout the centuries, or, about the Trojan War. I put here a picture of Homer, which in his famous book, the Iliad, you were able to read the story of the Trojans and the Greeks, and I wanted a picture of him. I also wanted a picture of what happened in that story of Paris and Helen when Paris abducted or Helen went with him. Listen, I don't know what happened. All I know is that homegirl ended up with the Trojans far, far away from her husband, and a lot of things happened. So I wanted to see what artists had interpreted this moment to be, and that's the things that I gathered. Once I have my wording and my pictures down, I'm going to come in and fill in the gaps in my pages. The way that I fill in my gaps is with stamps, and I stumble upon this trend that I didn't know existed, and all of a sudden I am fascinated and loving it. Is the trend of the watercolor clipped art of different things, and I found one about ancient Greek. I always say that wrong. Like Greek, like long time ago Greek, and I just love the clip art and the watercolors. And I found this one of a Greek goddess, and I thought it looked so much like Helen and how I picture Helen to look like. So I just placed that there. I'm going to add a few more embellishments to this page, and then I'm going to call it good, and I'm going to move on to the next 2 pages. Because the story of the Trojan War is so long and so much information I was able to gather, I'm going to do a few series just doing my pages instead of doing it in one sitting. So today, like I said, I'm going to do Paris and Helen, and then in this next 2 pages, I'm going to be documenting the Greek army and the Trojan army. And just like I did to my other 2 pages, I'm going to come in with this craft sticker paper, and I'm going just to put a little bit on the 2 pages, and I'm going to then start gathering the information. When I was watching, I should say, the Trojan series on Netflix, this series wasn't really like a docu-series. It was just a regular series. You didn't have historians telling you the story. It was just actors, and they were just a regular series. If you guys know any docu-series from Netflix, you know that those are the ones that you have historians and also the element of Hollywood, right? With the acting out whatever the historians are saying, which is my favorite. And some of those series are like the Ottoman Empire and Alexander the Great, which I have a Commonplace journal with me, and I'm going to leave it link here if you haven't watched that one. And I just love those. I was expecting this one about the Trojan War to be a docu-series, but it wasn't. It was a series. It was a good interpretation of the Trojan history, of the Trojan War. That's why I was interested and my curiosity was piqued. So I wanted to do a little research about what truly happened, because they took a lot of liberty with this story in this series. So this is what you see me here. Usually when I'm doing a page, what I try to do is put the elements down on the pages just to see the placing, and then I put it down. I am loving this combination of adding watercolor clip art. That, by the way, I bought it on Etsy. And if you go to Etsy and you just put, for example, Cleopatra clip art, you're going to get a ton of information and documents that you can buy for pretty decent price. This clip art, I was able to buy a bundle on that was on sale last week, and it only cost me $1 for about 100 plus little impressions, and they come out so good once you print them out. So here you have another impression, and this one is of a Greek soldier, and I thought it looked kind of like I would say Paris, and I just put it there because on the other page I had placed a clip art of what I thought will be Helen. I thought on this side I could do Paris. And then again, I'm going to print out art that has to do with the Trojan army and the Greek army. And this is what I came up with. I am going to try my best to leave things linked down below. And if you found some inspiration in these pages and you want to do your own, I hope you can just find what you need in the description down below. And if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me. Let's be friends. Let's continue to journal, and let's journal in a different way. I know that sometimes we think that our journaling needs to look a certain way, or that we don't have a good penmanship to do journaling. I love to write, but I also love to copy things into a document or type things into a document and then print it either on clear sticker paper, on just regular printer paper, and then add it to my journals. It is your journal, your pages, and do whatever makes you happy, because at the end of the day, like I always say, this is your creativity. This is what's going to bring you joy or bring you whatever feelings you want to bring up. But this is yours. So do you, boo. And this is what I have over here with my pages on the Trojan War. I am going to just go back and add just a few more embellishments once I am done. And this is what I'm going to call good. And I'm going to just enjoy it. The next video that I'm going to upload this weekend is going to be a second part of me putting together my pages in the Trojan War. So if you want to be informed when I upload a video, make sure that you are subscribed, hit that follow, thumbs up, all the good stuff, and let's just hang out and create beautiful things and just be inspired by one another. Thank you so much for staying until the end, for supporting my channel, and let's create something new. It is never too late to spark your creativity. So start today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking.